So I was just saying there, these classes, it's really lovely building the classes over the weeks, and that we kind of work on kind of almost like a theme in our practice. And so we've been really working on this opening in the chest, in the strength in the shoulders. And so we're going to continue with that today. And I also like the way the classes aren't this similar this week to last week, some changes, but that we can get a little bit of, I don't know, that we're able to kind of just flow and feel the movement and not be all the time that it's a brand new thing, you know. And we'll be changing in a couple of weeks again, going more into, we've been working a lot in the upper back and the shoulders and the chest. We'll move more into the abdominal area and the navel energy in the weeks ahead. So let's start with our eyes closed. And take a couple of deep breaths. And as you breathe deeply, really try to bring the breath right down into the lower lungs. So feel the diaphragm and the pelvic diaphragm flatten because the lungs fill up. And that has the effect of the flattening of the diaphragm, then the belly expands. But really feel that your breath goes right down to the lower lungs, then the mid lungs, and then the upper lungs. And then a long exhale. And have that feeling of filling up, this rejuvenating, this enlivening breath on the inhale. And then as you exhale, let go of anything that's been bothering you. Any tension, any worries. And that doesn't mean they're gone, but we're going to aim that for this hour, that we really work on our presence. And so our mind is not caught up in those worries or tensions, that we're definitely consciously letting them go. And this is our skill, right? That we're able to direct our mind, that we're able to choose how we think. And that doesn't mean we don't get lots of different kinds of thoughts, but we're able to move the sails of the ship and direct ourselves. We're able to self-correct. We're not just holding on for dear life as this crazy horse runs on and we just go wherever it takes us. And we know also it's a lifetime job. So it's okay if sometimes we're holding on to the reins, as long as we're all the time conscious of cultivating more and more of this presence. So let's start with Ego Eradicator. It's such a great way to start a class. So breath of fire, exhaling, draw the navel in. And inhale and exhale are equal length. The inhale is somewhat passive, but you help it a little bit, right? We don't want to be short of breath. So reaching the arms up, fingertips draw in towards the base of the fingers, thumbs towards each other, and breath of fire. Exhaling, draw the navel in, breathing through your nose. And remember, if you're on the first couple of days of your menstrual cycle, then a long, deep breath. Eye gaze towards the center of the forehead. Stay with it. Just one more minute left. Keep the arms really straight. Remember, it's like a pendulum drawing in and out. So it's not a really forceful breath. You shouldn't be moving in the spine. It's just drawing the navel in, pumping the exhale out. You're doing great. Just 20 seconds. You got this. Take a deep inhale. And now bring the thumbs to touch overhead. Reach to the fingers and squeeze up to the pelvic floor. Eye gaze, center of the forehead. When we do this, we're pressurizing the cerebrospinal fluid. And it has a stimulating effect on the pineal and the pituitary gland. So affecting our perception. Hold. And then exhale. Arms coming all the way down. And let your palms face up. And just take a moment. So cultivating our ability to notice and observe the subtle. And in a way to fall in love with the subtle. So just noticing the effect of the breath. That sense of the volume turning down on your external experience, which is where we live, and the volume turning up on your internal experience, your awareness of what's happening inside. Just a couple more breaths here. Noticing each breath. Really nice. Let's come around to all fours and a little bit of cat-cow. Let me get one of these. Now, hands beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. Inhaling, arch. And exhaling, round. And continue inhaling, arch, exhaling, round. And very often, it's great to do these very simple movements that are so effective. Cat-cow, fantastic for moving the spine, syncing the breath and the movement together. And as you move, become aware of your upper back, your shoulders. So your fingers are pressing into the floor, in particular, the base of your index finger, the base of your thumb. And then it's almost like the little space between the base of your index finger and your thumb is a little bit lifted off the floor. And then the eye of your elbow, the centerpiece here, is facing towards the front of your mat. Your collarbones are wide. Feel how the shoulder blades separate as you round and draw together as you arch. Next exhale, we're going to inhale while we tuck our toes, exhale into down dog. Bend one knee, push into the opposite heel. Take a deep breath here. And then switch legs. And just notice, so feel the lengthening in the back of the leg. Feel the full expansive breath. Feel how when you inhale, you expand. And then when you exhale, that little sense of letting go. Now straighten both legs, heels going towards the floor. And then let's very carefully walk our feet all the way to our hands at the top of the mat. Hands to the shins for these first rounds. Inhale, lift your heart. And again, draw the upper arm bones, shoulder blades back, chest lifts. And then as you exhale, fold forwards. Let's do that again. So as you inhale, lift the chest. So the tailbone, the pelvis stays as they are. And then as you exhale, you round in. Chest in towards the thighs. Really nice. Press into the base of the big toe, so grounding in the feet. Feel the inner arch of the foot lifting slightly, so the feet are active. Exhale, fold in. Really nice. And so now, tailbone under, engage the core. We're going to come up with a flat back. And that means we're not going to arch or flex in the back. So inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in. And now engage the core. So lead with the heart, coming all the way up. So not perfection, but noticing as you move. Exhale, hands to heart. So we'll go through some sun salutations, warming up. Inhale, reach up, look up. And remember that activation. So front thighs back, tailbone under, and then little arch in the upper back. So lift and draw the arms a little bit back, chest more, sternum more towards the ceiling. That's it. Exhaling, folding forward, navel to spine. Strong in the lower back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Again, tailbone under. Inhale, reach up. Pubic bone towards the navel, strong in the core. Hook your thumbs. As you exhale, sink down, opening in the hips. And again, keep thinking tailbone under and draw the chest, sternum towards the ceiling a little bit more. Opening in the upper back, in the chest. And then exhale, hands down either side of the front foot, step back into plank. The eye of the elbow facing forwards, inhale. Exhale, make your way all the way to the floor, elbows in. Firm your feet, knees are lifted, elbows into your chest. Inhale, pull with the hands. And then exhale back into down dog. Take a full inhale. And then exhaling. Right foot forward, left knee down. And then inhale, reach up, hook your thumb. As you exhale, sink in. Pubic bone towards the navel and the chest opens. One more full breath here. Inhale, reach, open. That's it. Exhale, sinking in. So nice. Here we're opening into the psoas, which affects up into the diaphragm. So really helps with deep breathing. Inhale. And then exhale, hands either side of the front foot. Left foot joins the right top of your mat. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do another round, and we'll just do one breath in each pose. Inhale, reach. Again, firm the thighs, tailbone under, and lift and arch a tiny bit in the upper back. Exhaling, fold forward, strong core, back stable. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Tailbone draws under, pubic bone to the navel. Inhale, reach up and lift in the chest. Exhale, hands down, step back and lower all the way to the floor. Firm the knees, firm the legs rather, elbows in. As if you're trying to pull the hands back, the chest opens up. Exhale into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And a long exhale. Right knee down, left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, reach up. Again, a little opening in the chest, arms drawing back, sternum towards the ceiling. And then exhale, right foot joins the left top of your mat, folding. Inhale, come all the way up, flat back. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's bend our knees, chair pose. Skim the floor with your fingers. And then that feeling of, it's like a pelvic wheel. The tailbone draws under, the pubic bone draws towards the chest as you reach and lift. That's it. Sink a little bit more, front shins back, chest opening. And so it's that challenge, that dynamic of lifting, opening in the chest without dumping into the lower back. So stability in the pelvis, so that you can open the chest without arching in the lower back. Let's interlace the hands behind your back, knuckles towards the floor, and really open in the collarbones, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. See, can you sink a little bit more? And again, notice pubic bone towards the navel. Really nice. So now we're going to flamingo, right? So step on your left foot and bend your right knee. We're going to carefully come into warrior 3, so balance pose. And as we move, I'd really like you to think of keep the chest open. So keep the collarbones wide and engage in the core. So as you move, there's this lovely strength in the spine. So navel to spine and then lift. Keep the chest open as you extend that right leg long. So the left knee can be bent, no problem. And the right foot can be on the floor. If your balance this morning needs a little help, no problem at all. But I want you to really think of the tailbone draws under, the pubic bone towards the navel, so strong stability, and then chest open, draw the arms away from the back. And see, can you come to parallel? Breathe. That's it. So now a little bend in the left knee. We're going to come straight into crescent pose, a high lunge, and let's do it with lots of control. So again, strong in the core, the right foot steps back. And now draw the knuckles down and lift. And again, think of pubic bone towards the navel. So that it's like an airbag effect. You're activating the core, protects the lower back, and then allows that opening in the chest. That's it. So sink into the front knee and then lift the chest up. And now let's reach both arms up. And we'll take the twist here. So right arm forward and left arm comes back. Really nice. Sink into the front knee and maybe try to straighten that back leg a tiny bit more. And now left hand to your right thigh or to your lower back, whichever works. And then the right arm reaches up. And maybe walk that left hand around to the side of that right leg, the outside of it. So you can really feel that stretch in the kidney area, in the lower ribs. That's it. And now carefully come up. Both hands reach, ground the back foot. So come into warrior 2. Really nice, open across the chest. Lift pelvic floor. Sink into the front knee. Let's take reverse warrior. So right hand down and left arm up. Really nice, relax your shoulders. Super, back into warrior 2. Let's shorten our stride. We're going to take pyramid pose. So shorten your stride, straighten your legs, and now front forward facing with your hips. So right hip draws forward. So here either the knuckles push together, hold your elbows, or reverse namaste up your back, okay? So knuckles together, hold the elbows, or reverse namaste, whatever works. So left foot forward, draw that right hip forward. And now here, pushing the hands into the back, lifting the chest. And now lead with the heart as you exhale. So lengthening in the spine. Again, that strong core stability, right? So navel to spine and folding forward. And there's the hint of a back bend here as you breathe. So we're not rounding the shoulders forward. We're keeping those collarbones wide. And the length comes in the spine as we exhale. Back of the neck nice and long. And let's revisit those long, deep breaths. Right hip forward, left hip back. Really nice. Now release the hands either side of the front foot. And let's go through a vinyasa. So step back and lower all the way to the floor. Feet pointing back. Pull with the hands. Inhale, lift. And then exhale back into down dog. Take a full inhale. And a long exhale. Bend your knees and walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway, lift your heart. And then exhale, fold in. Lead with the heart, engage the core. Strong back. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Other side, so bend your knees, chair pose. Skim your fingers off the floor, lifting the chest. Tuck the tailbone, pubic bone to navel. Front shins back and sink a little lower. And now think of reaching through the arms. Baby fingers turning towards each other, so that external rotation in the arms. And so feel how there's more activation in the scapula and the upper back, the lower neck, a little bit more spacious. Let's go to the other side. So bend your left heel towards your bum. And then we'll slowly come into warrior three. So again, tailbone draws under, navel to spine. Keep the chest open. Oh, we forgot to interlace. So let's interlace the hands behind our back and reach the arms back. So strong in the spine. And then the chest open. And so almost like a cobra lifting as you're folding forward. The left heel's active, so it's flexed and the heel pointing away from you. And now bend your right knee a little bit. Nice control. Come into crescent pose. So left heel down, sink into the front knee, and then draw those knuckles down. So really opening in the chest. Maybe if it's comfortable, you can look up a little bit or look forward, but think of the sternum, which is the breastbone, lifting towards the ceiling. And draw the knuckles back, down towards your heels. Sink into the front knee a little more. Really nice. Reach the arms up, inhale. And then we take the revolved version. So right arm back, left arm forward. That's it. And sink into the front knee. So full deep breaths. Again, get right down into those lower lungs. And now right hand to the left thigh, or wrap it around to the outside of the left thigh, right arm. Left arm comes up. Inhale, filling up. And then as you exhale, feel that lovely twist and release. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Really nice. Release the arms, ground the back foot. Coming into warrior two. Standing poses have a very grounding effect. Strengthening and grounding. And so feel that feeling of stability. They set the stage for more steady consciousness. Let's take the reverse warrior. So left hand down, right arm up. And so have that sense of just being present. Breath by breath, noticing the feeling in your body, the space you're creating. Really nice. Come back to warrior two. Let's take the pyramid again. So shorten your stride. Right foot out to the right a little bit. And now left hip forward, right hip back. So hips are lining up with the front of the mat. Either knuckles together, hold the elbows, or reverse namaste, whichever works. Inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, leading with the heart. Left hip forward, right hip drawing, outer right hip drawing in, and spine strong. And so again, that hint of a back bend. So the chest staying open as you fold forwards. And so even when you're folding forwards, the shoulders are drawing back. And breathe here. Relax the jaw. And now very carefully release the hands. Step back into plank. Take a full inhale. Exhale, elbows in and make your way to the floor. Pop your knees down. Firm the legs, so toes point back, knees are lifted, elbows in, hands pulling back, and lift, inhale. And then as you exhale, tuck the toes and push back into down dog. And now let's drop our knees. Left knee to the floor and the foot is kickstand, so the foot is off the mat. That's right, so it's not in a straight line, it's off the mat. Left hand to the floor. And now open in the chest and lift the right leg. Really nice, lift the right arm. And so here again, let's think about it. So chest opening, pubic bone towards the navel, strong in the core. So let's take a bind. So hold on to your right foot and either the baby toe side or more rotation in the shoulder if you hold on to the big toe side, whichever works for you. And here we're going to, again, open in the chest. We're going to draw the right thigh back, but we want to keep that stability in the core, right? So the tailbone continues to draw under, so we're not arching in a big way in the lower back, but we're trying to open in the chest. So we still have that activation. That right foot is pushing into the right hand to open the chest. Navel to the spine and open, breathe. Maybe pull that right foot back a little bit. Check you don't compress in the lower back. So you want to keep a little bit of length in the lumbar spine. We don't want to put the effort in there. Really nice. And now carefully release. Extend the right leg, extend the right arm. And now keep the right leg extended, bring your right hand to the floor and turn. So now you're on all fours with the right leg extended. Really nice. Extend the left arm. And now here again, navel to spine, tailbone draws under. And so feel lower back stable. And then right leg to the side, left arm to the side. The eye of the elbow facing forwards, that external rotation in the arm. And now come back to your extension. navel to spine, right leg extending, left arm, and let's take a bind here. So if it suits, if it doesn't suit you to hold the leg, reach. And you get the same activation, so you can reach or you can hold on to it. And again, the external, the rotation in the shoulder when you hold the big toe side, if that suits, and then lift up. And now here again. So of course you're going to have a little arch in the lower back, but I don't want us to over arch. I want us to draw like the chest is going, that breastbone, the sternum towards the front of your room. And lifting the thigh, but draw the navel in. And so lengthening in the front of the thigh, the quads, sternum, upper back arching, and real stability in the core. Really nice. Extend and lengthen again. And then both hand and knee down. Let's tuck the toes and push into down dog. And let's go straight to the other side. So I'll go on my mat the other way so I don't have my back to you. So now drop the right knee and extend the left arm, left leg. And so you can feel it in the outer hip, but really feel that protection of the lower back. Great job. And the hand can be whatever way it faces. It can face off to the top of your mat or face in, whatever works for you. And let's take the bind. So left hand reaches for that left foot. Again, you just have, you can see the difference when you're holding the baby toe side, your shoulders forward, and then you rotate to hold the big toe side if that suits. And then draw that left thigh back, open in the chest, and then navel to spine, pubic bone towards the navel, so the lower back isn't taking the arch, isn't taking the opening. That's it. And breathe. Maybe draw that leg back a bit. Maybe open in the chest a bit more. That's it. And now carefully release. Extend the left leg again. Extend the left arm. Excellent. And now left hand to the floor. Keep that left leg lifted and extend the right arm. Navel to spine. Flex the left foot and then left arm to the side, right arm to the side. Back to center extension. And let's take the bind here. So again, big toe side of your foot if that suits. And if it doesn't suit to hold it, there's a couple of options. You can just reach. Sometimes when we get involved with straps and using these things, they kind of take our attention. And now lift up. So baby toe side of the foot. The baby toe sitting into the palm. That right shoulder drawing back, the sternum towards the front of the room. The left thigh lifts and then navel to spine. Tailbone drawing ever so slightly under. And breathe. Carefully release. Extend the left leg, extend the right leg. Right arm, and then both hands down. Inhale, arch. Exhaling, round. Tuck your toes, push into down dog. And let's make our way to the top of the mat. So bend your knees, walk, step or hop. Top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhaling, fold. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. So let's take another standing sequence. So we're going to take eagle pose. So eagle pose, the right leg wraps around the left. So first option, the foot's on the floor. Second option, the foot floats a little bit, bend that left knee. And then maybe the foot tucks under. And it depends, every day is a little bit different, right? So that's our right leg's on top. So then our right arm is underneath. So cross as high up as you can. And then the back of the hands may be together, or you may bring the palms together. So any version that works for you, sink into the front knee. Lift the elbows. So really nice into the shoulders. Keep your gaze steady, right? That's going to really help with the balance. See, can you bend the knees a little bit more? Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the forearms together. Really nice. So now keep the arms as they are. So you're really squeezing, you can feel it in the shoulders, and carefully lengthen the leg and extend it forward. Flex the foot. And now release the arms and reach the arms up. Shoulders, that external rotation, right? So baby fingers drawing towards each other. Really nice. And let's come into warrior three here again. So very carefully, navel to spine, chest stays lifted, tailbone draws under, and reach into warrior three. So very strong with the arms extended. Really nice. Stepping back, right foot to the floor. And let's come into warrior two. Really nice. And reverse warrior. And then back into warrior two. And let's shorten our stride. We're going to come into triangle. And it's going to be revolved triangle. So left foot is forward. So now left hand to your waist. Right arm reaches up. As you exhale now, right hip comes forward and lengthen in the spine. Again, that hint of a back bend. So we're not rounding in the spine. We're lengthening, strong in the core. And the right hand comes either to the floor on the inside. It might come to your right shin, or the foot, or the floor on the outside. See what works. So firm the back foot. Press into the outside of the right leg, that back leg. And firm the knee. Draw the right hip forward. And then start turning. So the navel turns, the ribs turn to the left. Little micro bend in the front knee can be helpful. And then left hand to your shoulder. Left arm reaches up. Shoulders away from the ears. And breathe. So 2 more breaths here. As you inhale, fill up. And then as you exhale, revolve. 1 more. And then revolve. Left hand to your waist. Look down at your right hand. Bend your left knee. We're coming into the revolved half moon. So again, the back leg doesn't have to lift off the floor if it feels like too much. So now your right hand is forward, about 1.5 feet of your left foot. And you can keep this right leg down, touching the floor. Right? That can sometimes feel a bit more helpful. Or you can lift the right leg up. So whichever suits you. And then left arm to the sky or stays on your left hip. And then start turning the chest, turning the ribs, turning the navel. Let's just take 1 more breath here, very strong. And revolve. Excellent, great work. Both hands to the floor, a brief standing splits. So right leg high to the sky. Draw the chest in. And now with control, let's step that right foot to the back of the mat. Really nice. So we'll come into triangle here. So left hand is going to come to your leg or the foot. Let's say the leg to start. And then draw your right shoulder back. Really nice. Right hand to your waist and open up. So right hip draws back and then right arm extends to the sky. If it's comfortable for you, you can bring the left hand down, but I want you to really think of opening in the chest. And again, pubic bone towards the navel, tailbone tucks down, and open in the chest. And here we can add a core strengthening element. See what suits you. Doesn't suit you, keep exactly like this. or extend the right arm overhead, palm facing the floor, and then engage, and then the left arm extends. Externally rotate that front thigh. Maybe a little micro bend can be nice. And now turn the chest to the right. Great work. And let's bend the front knee, go through vinyasa. So hands down, step back and lower. Inhale into cobra, elbows in, palms pulling back. Exhale into down dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. And long exhale. And exhale. Bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhaling halfway, lift the chest. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. So let's go the other side. So now the right leg crosses, no, left leg crosses over. So either to the floor for balance, right? Or it'll cross at the thigh and float in the air, which is perfect. Or it might tuck under, see what works. And both sides are different, right? It's always great to understand and notice how asymmetrical we are. So left leg on top, so left arm underneath, cross as high up as you can. And then either the back of the hands together or the palms together, whichever works, and squeeze the forearms, shoulder blades down your back. Lift the elbows to the height of the face. Feel a lovely activation in the shoulders. Breathe. Notice that standing foot. Really nice. And now keep the arms, carefully unravel the leg and left foot forward, flex the foot. And then release the arms and reach the arms up. And so feel that again, opening in the chest, the baby fingers drawing towards each other, so external rotation in the arms, and strong in the core. And now let's keep that lovely strength as we come into warrior 3. So keep the chest open, navel to spine, left foot's going to go back and right, and both arms extending forward. The foot is flexed. That's it. And so strong in the core, open in the chest. Again, the collarbones are wide, and that external rotation, almost like you're trying to get the eye of the elbow towards the ceiling, but not quite that much because the hands continue to face forward. Really nice. Both hands down. Let's come into standing splits and lift up. And then from here, let's come into warrior 2. So left foot back and open out. A nice reverse warrior just to create a bit of space. And coming back, and let's come into revolved triangle. So right foot is forward, right hand on your waist, left arm reaches up, and now firm in the back leg. As you come forward, think of left hip coming forward, right hip drawing back, and then your right hand, left hand rather, comes to your right leg or your foot. If you need to shorten your stride, do. You're not as wide as warrior 2 stride in a reverse triangle, revolved triangle. And breathe. Think of outer right hip drawing in, and then if it's comfortable, right hand to your shoulder and right arm reaches up. And start twisting. So ribs, navel to the right. Right hand can stay on your waist, doesn't have to extend up. See what suits. And firm that back leg. So push into the back foot. Firm the back of the knee. And feel the thigh muscles above the knee lift. So that back leg is strong. And then that helps the right outer hip draw in, left frontal hip draw forward, and then open a bit more in the chest. That's it. Let's take revolved half moon. So right hand to your waist, Look down, bend the right knee, left hand is forward. And now remember for this one, the left foot can stay on the floor as you take the revolving, or you can bring the left foot up. But see what suits, right? For balance this morning, it might suit better to keep that left foot down and focus on the revolve. Or you might bring the left foot up and rotate. Really nice. Both hands down, standing splits. And then left foot to the floor. Let's come into triangle. So the last of the standing poses. Right hand to your shin or to the floor, left hand to your waist, and then draw the left hip back, left shoulder back, and then extend the left arm straight up. Again, that hint of a back bend. So the tailbone draws under, pubic bone towards the navel, and the chest is opening. And then this facilitates that extension through the top arm. If you wish, let's take the core version. Left arm reaches forward, lovely length the whole left side. Left palm facing down, and then right arm extends. Now strength. Tailbone under, navel to spine, so the lower back is really protected. Palms facing each other, even baby fingers drawing a little bit more towards each other, so that external rotation in the arms. Really nice. And let's bend the knee, go through vinyasa. Hands down, step back and lower. Inhale up dog or cobra. And then exhale into down dog. Breathe here. And now drop your knees. So all that lovely work, we're going to come into a really strong back bend. That's a really beautiful pose. And it's great to notice the feeling of the pose afterwards, like the whisper of the echo of the pose. So it's a camel pose. And so that same activation we've been doing. So tailbone under, pubic bone towards the navel, and then this opening in the chest. So for the start, let's all tuck our toes under. And then think of, so we're not going to arch in the upper back. We're going to create the space in the lower back rather. We're going to create space in the upper back. So tailbone draws under and then sternum towards the ceiling. And there's that external rotation in the arms. So arms draw back. That's it. And they can come to the lower back. But remember, we're not arching the lower back. So tailbone under. And then we lift more in the chest. That's it. Really nice. So this might be far enough with your hands on your back, or you might like to come with your hands to your heels. And again, the tailbone keeps drawing under, and then the sternum opens towards the ceiling. That's it. And feel that pubic bone towards the navel, and then lift the sternum. Your body is ready for this. We've done all that preparation, and so just take a couple more breaths. And now take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, engage pelvic floor, and then slowly, carefully coming out. We want to move slowly, right? Really nice, tons of strong sensation, and come sitting on your heels, close your eyes. So very common to hurt the lower back in that particular pose. And so that lovely stability you've been cultivating really helps. And it's so wonderful to do these wonderful back bends, heart openers. So many of us are rounded more and more with the nature of our work, right, sitting. And so it's nice to do lovely counter poses. Let's go in just one more time. So coming up, and it might be less far this time or a little further, it depends on exactly how you feel. Tailbone under, pubic bone towards the navel, and then lifting in the sternum, shoulder blades drawing back. And breathe. Great work. The hips stay over the knees and not forward or behind them. That's it. Chest towards the ceiling. And everyone's very personal about the neck. I never like releasing my neck back, but for some people, it feels very natural. So either the chin drawing forward or your chin towards the ceiling, whatever feels good to you. Keep checking, tailbone under, sternum lifting. And now let's carefully come out. Inhale, and then exhale slowly, slowly. Great work. And come sitting and tune in to the Sushumna, the after effect. Notice. And your ability to tune into the subtle. Really nice. So let's come lying on our back. Nice and slowly, right, very strong in camel pose. And we'll take a counter pose, we'll come up into bridge. So feet are hip distance, interlaced fingers, and lift up. And it's always interesting to notice how different poses feel, depending on what you've done before or after. Press into the feet. And then slowly take a deep inhale first. And as you exhale, release the hands and slowly, slowly articulate down. Take your time. Draw the knees into the chest. And rock side to side. Massaging lower back. Relax the shoulders. And let's come into Shavasana from here. We might just take one final spinal twist. So feet wide and let both of your knees fall to one side. Bring them back up and let them fall to the other side. And now we'll go in and out with the breath. Inhale to center. Exhale, let them fall. Inhale to center. Full deep breath. Exhale, let them fall. Inhale. Exhale, let them fall. And let's stay this time just for 2 breaths here. Come back to center. Inhale. And as you exhale, let them fall to the other side, and we'll hold for 2 breaths. Really nice. And last one, just to get a last stretch out of the back. In happy baby, so feet are wide, and you can hold on to your shins, right? It doesn't have to be the feet, but think of the feet are really wide, and then draw the knees in towards the armpits. And then try to lengthen more of your spine onto the floor, so more of the lumbar spine. Really nice. And let's release into Shavasana, a well-earned. And so here, if you want to put anything under your head, under your legs, if you wish to put a blanket over you or something over your eyes, and completely relax. Shavasana is such an important pose. It gives the body this opportunity to integrate the effects of what you've done. And you can feel it's more than just physical. You've also worked with your energy body, your consciousness, cultivating that ability to be present. That also penetrates into ourselves. And so when we do this, when we move the energy, when we focus our attention, when we strengthen the physical body, it really cultivates so much health and wellness within us. More and more research indicating that energy creates matter rather than matter creating energy. And so when you are cultivating a healthy movement of the energy through your body, it really is wonderful for all the organs, for all the systems in your body, supporting the endocrine system, the hormones, creating balance. Long, deep breaths, stimulating the vagus nerve, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Again, in our lives at this time, we're so geared and oriented towards the sympathetic nervous system being activated and fight or flight. And so when we release and come into the parasympathetic, it allows our digestion and our reproductive organs all to function more efficiently. Release, let go. Your attention with the pulsing vibration, or with your breath, or with the sense of spaciousness. And now very carefully begin to deepen your breath. Coming back into your resting body. And carefully introduce some movements, fingers and toes. Maybe inhale, extend, arms overhead, and exhale, knees into chest. And then roll onto your right side and come up to sit. And just take a moment and may our consciousness illuminate us from the inside. May it illuminate our mind, illuminate our heart. And so sense that light of consciousness. And see yourself going through your day with that flicker of light lit and activated. And just here again, lift your chest, upper arm bones back. And may we go forward into this day with a real heart-centered openness. Hands together in prayer. And thanks so much for practicing with me this morning. Namaste. I hope you have a great day.